Hey guys, Rich here again. Today, I am back with another video. Today I'm currently going to be doing something a little bit different today. Um, I will be doing more of that Mustang video, a little bit later. For now, I'm going to be doing, something that's going to be quite interesting, which is something I've been actually wanting to do for such, and I mean like such a long time. There's this kind of car I've always wanted to talk about, but I've never had a chance to talk about it for, God knows, like forever. But now I finally have got the chance to talk about this car. Um, so you're probably wondering what this car is. This is actually, it is a, it's a, supercar, which is actually pretty damn cool. For those who don't know what this car is, I'll show you a picture. Here it is. This is the beast I'm talking about. This is the Ascari A10. Now, I've seen this car before in pictures, and I even seen it in Top Gear. It was just literally a monster. It was a beast of a car. Like literally, it was like one of the best vehicles in the world. I've always been a huge fan of Ascaris. When it first came out, I first saw the car, and it actually looked pretty cool. Considering that's like one of the best cars in the world, and there's like two versions of this these cars. There's this one, and sorry. They even have another version, which I might talk about some other time. I don't know when. So, for my next one, I would possibly might talk about this car, the Ascari KZ1 or KZ1, which is also cool. It's basically almost like the same as the A10, which I will be talking to you guys today. But this is completely different. They're both completely different in terms of performance and all that stuff. One is road legal, one is not. But that will be for my next video. If I got the time, I don't know when, but at some point I might. So, today I'll be currently talking about its little brother, the A10. So, this is gonna be a pretty good video, considering I have not talked about Ascaris for such a long time, and I've always wanted to talk about Ascaris because they looked super cool. I mean, literally, you would never see one in a real world, like you would never see one in person, but you mainly would see them in like pictures and videos and all that stuff. I mainly see them on the YouTube, but like on Top Gear, I've seen it before. It was brilliant. So, I don't know what else to say, but without any further ado, before we start, make sure you guys like this video, subscribe, comment below what you guys think, hit that notification bell, and hit all so you are alerted of when I make new uploads. Alright, with that being said, without any further ado, let's get cracking. So, the Ascari A10 is the car we're talking about. So here we go. Ascari A10, here we go. The Ascari A10 is a prototype automobile produced by the British company Ascari Cars. That was convinced by Klaus Zwart. I don't know how to pronounce it. I might have to do some translating a little bit. I don't know, but So I'm gonna do some translating. So here we go. Let's see.
Glaswart. Glaswart.
All right.
Glaswart.
Dutch million who was convinced by Kalashwacht. I don't know how to pronounce that, but you might have heard it already. It was a Dutch millionaire. It's a road-going evolution of the KZ1R GT race car that participated in the Spanish GT Championship, with both cars penned by Paul Brown, who's a former designer for the Zakspeed. Here it is, Zakspeed Racing, which is a German. I'll show you right here. Right here, this is a Zakspeed. Right here, if you guys can see it, there it is. Well, if you can see it that well, which is a motor racing team from Germany, founded in 1968, with Erich, which is spelled E-R-I-C-H, Zakowski, and then run by his son Peter Zakowski. Peter Zakowski. So from the Zakspeed F1 team, it was intended to be the third road car produced by the company after the A.K.A. Ascari A10. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. This one right here. Which does look cool, actually. This one looks pretty good. Brilliant. So this is the car it is. Ascari A10 and the KZ1, which I might talk about in my next video. I don't know when, but at some point I will. With the name A10 intended to commemorate the 10th anniversary of the company, but it did not reach production despite a planned 50 cars. And now we're going to do overview as usual. So let's do it. So first one is manufacturer is by Ascari Cars. Production is from 2006. It was just a prototype. Assembly is in Banbury, in England. The designer is Paul Brown. Body and chassis next. The class is a concept car / sports car. Production style, not production, sorry. Whoa. I gotta say a body style. There we go. Is a two-door coupe or coupe. Layout is RMR, which is rear mid-engine, rear-wheel drive. It's related to the Ascari KZ1, which I might talk about, and the KZ1R. So KZ1R. Powertrain is next. The engine is a 4.9 liter. Well, technically, it's a 5 liter, 301.5 cubic inch BMW S62 V8, which is this engine right here. So they used the engine from a BMW M3. I'm thinking it was, or it might have been an M5 E39, because I think the M5 used the same V8 engine as the. So I think that's an M5 V8. Say a BMW S62 V8. Transmission is a 6-speed sequential manual. Dimensions is next. The wheelbase is 2,636 millimeters. Dimensions is next. Wheelbase is 2,636 millimeters, 103.8 inches. So that's for the wheelbase. Length is 4,300 millimeters approximately. 169.3 inches. So its length. The width is 1,852. So 1,852 millimeters, 72.9 inches, almost 73 inches in total. The height is next. It's 1,138 millimeters. So 1,138 millimeters, 44.8 inches. Curb weight, it's right around 1,280 kilos, which is around 2,822 pounds. Now, I've used the American term a lot, but this time I think for this year, I'm going to use more of the European term, because I figured, that'll be like a bit better, like kind of more suited to like what this channel is supposed to be. Yeah, and also I'm growing a beard as well, so I'm a man, obviously, so you can see right there, which, I mean, I kind of look cool, but I'll basically leave it to grow for like I don't know, like few weeks or maybe a few months. I don't know, but and after that I'll just shave it off so I look fresh. All right, and I once had a haircut, so it's kind of growing, but I will get a new haircut at some point. I don't know when, but at some point I will. So yeah, height 1,138. So I can't even say 1,138 millimeters. There we go, 44.8 inches. Curb weight is 1,280 kilos, which is 2,822 pounds. Chronology is next. The predecessor is the Ascari KZ1 or KZ1, and there has never been a successor for the car. All right, next up, specifications, which not much under anyway, so let's do it. Specifications. The A10 features a modified 5-liter, 302 cubic inch BMW S62 V8 engine producing 466 kilowatts, which is 633 PS, 625 horsepower. The same as BMW M8 competition, but the only difference is that it was never been released at that time, and it had a 4.4 liter twin turbo V8 with much more torque. Speaking of torque, it doesn't really have the specifications for the torque, but if I do some quick research to this, it's producing 442 pound-feet, 600 newton meters of torque. That sure is a huge amount. So it delivered via a 6-speed sequential manual gearbox with a regular manual transmission available as an option. The A10 shares the same basic carbon fiber chassis as the KZ1 with all new bodywork and racing-derived suspension. S62 V8. So delivered via a 6-speed sequential manual gearbox with a regular manual transmission available as an option. There we go. All right. The A10 shares the same basic carbon fiber chassis as the KZ1 with all new bodywork and racing-derived suspension, despite the addition of an FIA spec roll cage and a fire suppression system. The removal of soundproofing, air conditioning, and stereo system contributed to the A10's relatively light weight of 1,280 kilos, which is approximately 2,822 pounds. Sorry. So 2,822 pounds. So last up we got is in popular culture. Now, on December 9th, 2007, so that was before I turned 2 years old, like 5 days before. 5 days before my second birthday. On December 9th, 2007, the Ascari A10 was featured in the UK show Top Gear. Thumbs up for that. So UK show Top Gear, and driven around the track by the Stig in 1 minute 17.3, 0.2 per second slower than the Gumpert Apollo, which I talked about months ago. But at least it's fast. So yeah, driven around the track by the Stig in 1 minute 17.3 seconds. This made it the fastest car. So this made it the fastest car at the time, and as of 2023, the 22nd fastest. And that is it, guys. So for my next video, sorry, I apologize. For my next video, I will be I'll be doing part 2 on that Mustang video today, actually. So since I got time, I will be able to do it. And also I did draw, I think I showed you this. If I haven't, or if I forgot, I'll show you right here. This is the car I've drawn the third generation third generation Mustang. Right here is the 1990s Fox body, which I drawn to look like a young Jacobs Mustang from Fast 9, which also was featured also in the new Fast 10 movie. Well, kind of new-ish. Well, it has been a while since I've seen the movie. Like, I think it was like May. I think it was released. I can't remember. So this is the car that was featured in it, in the 9th and the 10th installment. So so it was released, yeah, May 19th. So they started. So apparently they started filming the 11th one around 2024, which will be happening in a couple months, and they're going to be releasing it next year, actually, in April in 2025. So that's going to be pretty cool, considering, you know, I've seen it for such a long time. So part 2 will be the last one, I think. And also, Luke Hobbs is also going to be back. And also, if we have a chance, we might be able to see Brian O'Connor back in action. Paul Walker's character, Brian O'Connor, may rest in peace, Paul. We miss you, man, so much. And for this, for the upcoming Fast and Furious movie, the 11th one, which is also known as Fast X Part 2, or Fast 10 Part 2, they're either going to use some CGI, or they're going to get Paul's brothers, they're going to get Cody Walker to play Brian O'Connor. I don't know if they are, but at some point, it would be great if we would have Cody Walker playing Brian O'Connor, because Cody does look a lot like his brother Paul, and you know, when I see that, if I were to see Cody Walker in the movie, I would think that Paul Walker is alive doing the movie, but I would think that Paul Walker is back and doing the movie, but since it's been 10 years since Paul passed away, I mean, like, it would be great, like, if Cody Walker would took his brother's place. Just for this movie, to be Brian O'Connor and, like, do it for his brother, Paul, because Paul has been in the Fast and Furious movies for such a long time. He's been in the first one, the second one, the fourth one, the fifth one, the sixth installment as well, up until the seventh one, which I have seen as well. I've seen the seventh movie. It was pretty cool. The audio was pretty good. It was exactly the same. Like, if you were to see on YouTube, like, the audio on that would be the audio that I got for the DVD is exactly the same as on the YouTube videos for Fast and Furious 7. But it was not like that. Like, for some of the movies, like, you know, they would have, like, different types of audio onto it. It depends on, like, how the audio was made, pretty much. Like, in the US, they have, like, the proper audio, whereas in the UK, they have it a little bit different. It depends on, like, when the movie was released and when the movie was made at that kind of time, and the different countries and the different continents and places, all that sort of stuff. It's still the same, everything's the same, but they have, like, different audios, and they would have, like, extended cuts. Sometimes they would have, like, you know, for some movies, they would have, like would be like having, like, a short amount of time, and for others, like, you know, for proper, like, you know, to see on TV without having, like, a DVD, they would have a little bit longer, like, more extended scenes that would not be available, that would not really be seen on any, I can't really explain it, but, like, you know, for Fast 9, for example, they had, like, some extended scenes, you know, where Jacob will be racing Dom in his Mustang up against his Charger, and then, like, before that, we see the Dom approaching to his crew, Letty, Mia, Vince, and Jesse, and then after that, Jacob appears, and then he explains to Dom that he wouldn't beat him, and then he said that it would not be close, that his Mustang, with all the mods that he put into it, will beat him. As far as I can remember this. And then after that, just like for, like, I don't know, 20-30 minutes or something, I don't know. Like, after Han returned, basically Dom was on the phone to his son, little B, also known as little Brian, who talked to Brian, telling him if he's out of trouble, if he's honest, and that's the important thing, and he tell him that he'll be home. And also Dom said that if he's not home by the time he counts to 1,000, little B tells his uncle Brian that before dinner he can have like a second treat. And that was just damn right brilliant, you know. And then after that, like, as far as I can remember, you know, the extended cuts, which they would have for Fast 9, they would have the extended versions on there, which I've got the extended version of Fury 7, which is pretty cool, considering I've seen it for such a long time. Like, it's been like almost like 10 years, well, technically like 8-9 years since Fury 7 was released at that time. Around I think it was early April 2015 it was released. Right around early April, I think it was released, the Fury 7 movie, which was Paul Walker's last film before his untimely death and his fatal crash, which I talked about before, and when they had to use CGI and Paul's brothers as body doubles, or stunt doubles as you call it, to help finish off the movie for Paul. And it also worked, and then they give Paul's character Brian a proper like send off, because he was not featured in number 8 or 9, but he is mentioned in the movie as well, and he was also mentioned in Fast 10 or Fast X, but we only saw Brian in the flashback sequences with Paul Walker playing Brian O'Connor. Only saw him in the flashback sequences at the very start when they were in Rio, taking the safe from Hernan Reyes, and then out of the midst of nowhere, Dante Reyes appeared, played by Jason Momoa, who was also in Aquaman. I've seen Aquaman. It was brilliant. You know, Jason Momoa, one cool, badass character. He's like one of the best in the world. And also Jason Momoa will be back. Thank God. Lucky. He's gonna be back in Fast X Part 2. And also The Rock, also known as Dwayne Johnson, is finally back in the franchise, and he's out to get revenge on Dante with the help of Dom and the rest of his crew. And hopefully we might get to see Brian in action. God knows, and hopefully we will get to see Jacob as well, because we know that Giselle is back in the franchise because she survived that plane wreck. Well, the last time we saw her like in action was in Furious 6 2013, where she saves Han, and like Giselle dies at the end, and Han beats up that bodyguard and throws him into the turbine. I don't even know that guy's name, but oh well. And also Giselle was seen and also mentioned in Furious 7, well, as a picture, in Han's funeral. And also she's back in Fast 10. We saw her at the ending part, before the post-credits scene where we saw Agent Luke Hobbs back in action, and was out to get revenge on Dante. But hopefully we will get to see the characters back in action. So we've got Luke Hobbs back in action, played by Dwayne Johnson. Gal Gadot's character Giselle back in action. We also got John Cena's character Jacob Toretto, and we also got Paul Walker's character Brian O'Connor back in action, who might be played by Cody Walker, or maybe we'll get some CGI. But if there won't be any CGI and we have Cody Walker, then that will work, because Cody Walker does look a lot like Paul. And you know, it would be great to have Cody Walker play Brian O'Connor in Fast and Furious 10 Part 2, also known as Fast 11. Hopefully, like, I don't know when, but at some point, we might have an answer. Who knows? Alright, so that will be it, guys. So if you guys like this video, like it, subscribe, comment below what you guys think, hit that notification bell, and hit all so you are alerted of when I make new uploads. And oh, before I go, there's also like some info of like how Giselle was alive, and I got the answer right here. So and also like, so yeah. So it says, how was Giselle alive? So not only was she alive, but she was also working with Cypher to help her escape the Black Site prison in Antarctica. Her reappearance may have surprised some, but if fans paid notice to Fury 7, they would have known she was potentially coming back based on one scene. So, so yeah, hopefully, hopefully we will get to see our the characters back in action. All right, so now we can end it there. So, if you guys like this video, like it, subscribe, comment below what you guys think, hit that notification bell, and hit all so you are alerted of when I make new uploads. And I'll see you guys soon in the next video. But until then, stay safe, have a great day, and I'll see you guys soon in the next video. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.